Yo, what's up, guys? So a lot of you had questions about Don't Mind the Mess. I'm an actual working technician. I'm not just a YouTuber. I'm actually out here in these streets. But a lot of you guys had questions about updates on the Astro mid-length semi-deep universal swivels, right? They've been good for the price. I did recently just break one. Now, this is about a 10-month review. Had these for about 10 months or so, and I broke the 18 now. I did a warranty. A lot of you asked about Astro's warranty. The warranty is simple. You just get the email from their website. You email them, and they send the new socket or new tool, whatever it is, within the next 5 to 7 days. So it took about a week for this replacement to come, but it did come. All right. So that was a simple thing about the warranty was really good, but about the sockets themselves, right? They are really good, but I noticed when I used to use these with only my cordless ratchets, right? But when I started to use these with my impacts, that's when the wear started to tear on them fairly, unfortunately, kind of easy, right? So they started to bind up. What happened with this one, it started to bind up and then it popped, right? That's what happened to this one, right? And I noticed with my 19, it's starting to do the same thing. Now, this is only within maybe I'll say a few times of really hammering on it with my impact wrench, not my cordless ratchet, but my actual impact wrench, is when I started to feel the bind. Okay, so just take that into consideration. For 60 bucks, they are good, somewhere around that price. But just know that once you start putting a good amount of pressure on it, they will start to kind of get a little jumpy. Okay, and not all of them, but I use my 19, 18, and probably my 13, which I actually lost right here, a lot. All right. And so after a few times, I started to feel it bind up, so maybe that's something they can fix. And once it started binding up, that's when eventually it just popped, right? So this 19 right here is starting to bind up. So I'm assuming eventually it's probably going to do the same thing, but the warranty is pretty easy, man. So because of that, I did upgrade to my actual USA made Mac code universal swivels. USA made, good little money, but it's worth the upgrade compared to these. Okay, so pretty good for the price, but they're not the best. So take that into consideration. That is my honest review of the Astro Tools semi-deep universal sockets. Check it out.